Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So an Australian federal election is coming up. It has to be called by the 21st of May and it is now the beginning of April, so we haven't got long left. Now, if you thought these politicians cared about you, the people who are supposed to be voting for them and the people that they are supposed to be representing, look no further than a Labor leader who is running for the Prime Minister of Australia against Scott Morrison. Look what he did at a press conference today when he was responding to a person who was at that press conference who was just a local. He wasn't a member of the media, but he was just a local who wanted to ask a question. We're going to take a look at what happened and what an absolute this man is. So this is the clip here from 9 News. Now, there's Albanese right here in the middle. And you got Mark McGowan over here, the Premier of Western Australia. Here's all the media guys, and there's this guy right here who's just a local.
I'm not a media person. I'm just a local resident. Thank you.
So he says, I'm not a media person. I'm just a local resident.
Hang on.
He said, thanks for coming out. And I've got a tough question. As soon as he says, I've got a tough question, he's like, hang on.
I've got a tough question. Hang on. Right, sorry, we can't. No. I've got a tough question. Are you up for it? I'm absolutely up for it. Okay. And sorry, we can't really do that. The protocol, the Media Alliance will be a bit upset if we. I don't think the media will mind at all. Take. Said, are you up for it? Are you up for it? I'm absolutely up for it. So yeah. No, we're just taking questions from journalists because that's what you do at a press conference. So I don't know if there are any questions.
There's sort of. I'm here to do a press conference for the press. Well, we can chat with you afterwards, mate.
Thanks. We could chat with you afterwards that's not on camera, that we can talk to the people who we're supposed to be representing. So, a few things in here. As soon as he asks, I got a tough question for you, Albanese goes, oh, hang on. No, we can't have that.
Hang on. Right, sorry, we can't. No.
We can't have that. We're just here for the media. And then he goes on and says, all right, I'm up for it.
I'm absolutely up for it. Okay. And
then he says, okay, so he starts to ask the question.
And sorry, we can't really do that.
I'm up for it, but we can't really do that. Sorry, mate. We can't do that. We're only here for the media. We can't talk to the people.
The protocol, the Media Alliance will be a bit upset.
He says the Media Alliance will be upset. All the media people will be upset if you ask a question. A person asks a question. Look at them. They're like, nah, go for it, basically.
I don't think the media will mind at all.
And he even says, I don't think the media will mind at all. And they're just looking at him like, yeah, go.
Take. I'm absolutely up for it.
He says he's up for it again.
Yeah. No, we're just taking questions from journalists because that's what you do at a press conference.
He says, I'm up for it. Twice he said, I'm up for it. Yeah, we'll ask the question. So he starts asking the question again. No. Can't have that. Can't have a tough question being asked in front of journalists and when there's a camera around. Can't have a tough question because all the media people there probably are asking, look at the polling data. You're coming up in the polls, which we're going to look at too because he is actually rising in the polls. They're probably asking easy questions. So when a member of the public comes along and says, I want to ask a tough question, we can't have that from someone who wants to be the Prime Minister of Australia. We can't have that from the Labor leader, the left-wing leader, who's doing a press conference with another left-wing leader, Mark McGowan, over in WA.
I don't know if there are any questions.
There's sort of. I'm here to do a press conference for the press. Well, we can chat with you afterwards, mate.
That's ridiculous. I've been to press conferences before. And most of the time, yeah, it's all just press because no one really cares. Most of the stuff is just a press release. And so here we're talking about whatever bullshit this is today. And it's just mundane stuff that gets a little soundbite. But sometimes there are people that are not from the press there. And usually they're just along watching. But this man wants to ask a tough question. And this is the response from the people who are supposed to represent this man. No, we can't have a question on camera. We'll talk to you after. I wonder if they actually did talk to the bloke after. I wonder. That's what happens. They dodge these questions. So he was asked on Melbourne radio about politicians getting like a $1,700 allowance for travel, but they just stayed in their house and they didn't actually travel because of COVID. He was asked, would you change that? And he was like, oh, no, he's dancing around the question. But this is the same guy who's dodging questions from the public and he doesn't want to change allowances of like $1,700 for politicians to stay in their houses and basically, technically what they said on Sky News, pay off their mortgages from taxpayers' money. These are the people that are the leaders of our parties. Politicians, mate. So this is yesterday's polling and Albanese has just gone ahead of Scott Morrison, who's in power now. So Scott Morrison's in now and Albanese has just gone ahead of him, the guy who's dodging questions. And we can even look further into the polling, which it's only over a month away because it has to be called by the 21st. So an election in Australia has to be called no later than the 21st of May, and it's already the 6th of April. And these are the polling numbers up to the April 3rd, so a few days ago. Albanese is ahead by 1 point, which we just saw. But look at the satisfaction rating. 42% dissatisfied with Albanese and 53% dissatisfied with Morrison. Morrison's actually ahead by 1 point, so it looks close. But then we go to the two-party preferred and the main polling for this. So 30th of March to the 2nd of April, and there's another one 31st of March to the 3rd of April. So look at these top four. LNP's ahead by 1, down by 4, down by, 6.5, down by 2. A lot of them are looking like ALP is going to be winning this election because then you take the Greens percentage of votes, which they will go to Labor because they preference Labor. So there's an extra 10, 11, 11, 10% on top of. So that's 48, 49, 48, 46. And then it depends on the other minor parties where they preference. So it's looking like it's going to be a Labor wash really based on these numbers right here. And that's up to a few days ago. It's looking like this man right here who's dodging questions from the public will be the next Prime Minister of Australia. This is who we vote for. This is the terrible system we have. Two-party system that people are so ingrained in, they just cannot get over. Oh, but if you do that, we can't have a minor party because we don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, exactly. But we do know what's been happening with the two major parties for the last, 50 years? Just back and forth and nothing ever changes. It's the same people in the same system every year, every election cycle, and this is what they're dishing up to the people. We're not going to answer the public's questions because we don't want to upset the media alliance. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, share this video out there, and I'd like to say a big thank you to my members at the 2 Towers level, DanielJames and Straith. If you'd like to be a member, just click that join button down below, and we'll see you in the next one.